Another day, another wire. Been making progress on this bike. I haven't even been doing wiring today. Mainly I've been focusing on everything else because I have an idea of what's going on with the wiring. Now, I didn't realize it until a couple hours ago, but as I was repinning everything, it randomly stopped working when I was actually doing the whole Deutsch connectors. So I think the issue is actually the connection for the Deutsch connectors. I don't know. I'm still gonna give it a shot with this harness. This harness I already have set to the length. I just have to actually finish off the butt connectors. I know the bullet connectors over here, because I just need to figure out what connectors I'm gonna go with. That's the only thing. I'm actually going with connectors. I don't want to go with bullets. With that being said, I need to figure out what waterproof connectors I can find that should work. The pins is mainly, I think, the pins that may be the issue. Yeah, with that being said, I did a little bit more routing of stuff. So because I got that KP Mini over there and I actually did the emissions delete on it, it actually had a fucking baffle in between. So I just took the baffle off and I put it on here to eliminate. I had a kink coming from the valve cover side of the hose. Now I have the valve cover going straight up to the baffle. I have the crankcase going around the back to the baffle over there, and then it just comes directly to the top of the catch can. Plug one end of it. So now both of them are venting into the breather. A separator? Is this a separator or a breather? Either way, I think it's a separator. It does have a filter in it. I did see that, but I'm gonna have to just figure out another one of these so that way I could have a couple of them just lying around if anything. But yeah, and then I got the actual vent for the whole thing. That's still gonna come out of my trellis somewhere over here. I just have to actually figure out how that's gonna be routed over here. But did that. What else did I do? Still trying to figure out the clutch. I was trying to bleed the clutch. I actually did bleed it, but I'm having an issue where when I'm holding the clutch, I'm gonna just show you on this bike real quick. All right. So right now I'm in neutral, right? Rolling back and forth freely. I put it in the gear, right? I'm off the clutch, right? Can't move it. On the clutch, it's a slow move, but I can move it nonetheless, right? Slow roll forward and back. My issue with that bike is, mind you, still in the clutch, still in gear. If you don't think so, you can hear it. Now, is that neutral? Yes, that's neutral. Okay. Now, I'm having an issue where it seems like the clutch is still engaged on this one. I don't know if it's just because it's a new clutch, not worn in or whatever the case may be, but I might have to actually crack open the side cover so I can actually adjust the clutch. I don't know. I did put I don't even remember how much stiffer those springs are, but I did put the stiffer springs on this one. Is it 30%? 40%? %. Yeah, I did put the 30% springs in, right? So I don't know if maybe that's it. Now I also did get my harness wired up. And not my harness, I got my exhaust mounted up. Now the only thing with the exhaust is basically the hanger itself is mounted in between my pegs, right? Now, if you can see, it's still kind of touching my swing arm. So I have to go get some longer bolts so I can actually run spacers in between here to space my peg out on this side. Because I definitely want to keep running my passenger pegs because of how I sit when I'm actually riding. Sometimes when I ride, I actually do put my foot on the back peg. Well, the ball of my feet will be on the peg. When I'm actually riding, my foot actually can sit on both pegs. So just a quick glimpse. This is kind of how I ride sometimes when my foot isn't on the backpack. Sometimes I just chill like that, and then sometimes I put my foot on the backpack. But yeah, did that. DHM titanium race axles, which means on both sides I have a nut, which means I can take off either side of the rear set to work on either side of the rear set. And they're also lighter, and they should be stronger. That's the main thing. I keep bending axles, so I went with titaniums. I put spacers on here because for the longest time this nut has been rubbing on my swing arm. You can actually see where it's scraping at. So once again, still gonna get some longer bolts so I can actually space out the passenger pegs on my rear set. I was gonna delete it. I was just gonna completely remove this, but when I tried to do it that way, to have the exhaust mounted to the rear set itself, it was actually on the brake. Like it had the brake fully pressed. So this was my solution just for now, honestly. I don't realistically know how I'm actually gonna run the exhaust, because I still do want to run a custom exhaust. Still trying to figure out who I can get to do this exhaust that I have in mind for me. I don't mind leaving the bike because at this point I got multiple, well, I got 7 of them anyway, but as long as my daily's running, I don't really care if I got to leave the project at a shop to get exhaust work done to it. Now basically I want a dual exit out the top. Dual exit out here. Somewhere out here there's gonna be a dual exit. I don't know where exactly. Maybe I'll have the tips come out like that. I don't know. I gotta figure that part out. But yeah, I definitely want to run a dual exit. It's just a matter of how exactly I'm gonna run the dual exit. I'm not gonna get too much into details because I don't want anybody stealing my idea. But made progress on this one. Kinda made progress on this one. I'm not gonna say I kinda got an idea of what's going on with it, because realistically I don't. I started to look at things and then I walked away from it. Needs a carburetor, definitely, because that stock one isn't gonna do for the whole EGR delete setup, because it has a choke on it still. You want to delete the choke. Well, this type of choke. You want to delete that type of choke. Yeah, and get a tunable fucking carburetor. But either way, this one has hazards. A part of me is kind of thinking of tearing this one down just for the harness. Just for the harness. And using it on that bike. It got hazards. It has hazards. I don't know. I'm not gonna make this a parts bike. I already have enough parts bikes. Unless I can find another one of these that runs. If I can find another one of these that runs, maybe I'll turn this one into a parts bike. Maybe. I don't know. But exhaust is on. I gotta get pegs because that's the only thing red on there that you can clearly see. Well, shifter pegs, toe pegs, whatever the fuck they're called. Get those. I got this hard mounted now. Right, on both sides, because I haven't had this one on for the longest, but it's officially hard mounted. Like I said, I was bleeding the clutch. Oh, the mirrors. I got the mirrors on. Which the good thing with how I got it set up is it doesn't go past the bar end. So if I swipe something, my mirror isn't going to swipe it. The bar end is. On both sides. So there's that. Trying to see if I can get the angle for you, but either way, it's in the bar. They're in the bars, not out of the bars. Shit, took the fender off because I was doing some testing because I got multiple fenders. Now Currently, my light bar hits my fender. This fender has the lift on it, so the front of the wheel doesn't rub, but the back of the wheel does, which you can actually see on here where it's rubbing at. Now, I did grind it down, but it's still some more that I would have to grind down to make it work. But either way, you see that scratch mark right there? Yeah, that's where the light bar is hitting. So whenever I bottom out, it hits the top part right there and it slides forward. Hits the top, slides forward. Hits the top, slides forward. Hits the top, slides forward. Either way, that's what happens. Oh, shit, I'm tired. I'm really tired. I've been busting my ass at work and dealing with these bikes, man. I'm fucking tired. But regardless, I'm making progress. Not done with this. I'm not giving up on it. I still want my own harness. So I'm going to figure out how to have my own harness. I really don't care. I have a whole nother one of those gauges. If I have to swap out to that one, I will. Not an issue. What else was there? What else was there? I got to start picking up my tools and stuff because it's about to get dark. It's only 4:30, I think, right now. It's 4:40. It's 4:40, and the sun's already starting to go down. So I need to start packing up because I need to also figure out, am I fitting 3 bikes in here? Well, 4 or 5 bikes. Am I going to fit 5 bikes in here? Or am I just going to leave it at 4 and put that one back in the other garage and deal with that garage door? Am I going to deal with that garage door? Because either way, it's either I'm going to walk that bike over there, or I'm going to ride that bike over there. But this one's staying over here because this is where all the parts are for this one. So, either way, exhaust is on. Clutch, I figure I'm going to run a return spring. So then that way, it actually goes back to where it should be. Now, actually, yeah, this is what I was going to show y'all. So right now, I'm in neutral, right? Cool, she's rolling back and forth. She rolls pretty fucking good, too. Rolls pretty fucking good. Gear, right? I'm off the clutch. On the clutch. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out because the clutch feels like it's still engaged when it should be disengaged. Right now I'm trying to go back, not going. Mind you, I'm on the clutch. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. See? Just put that. Luckily, it has a fucking lock too. So you can't keep trying to downshift. You know you're in first gear. That's neutral. That's first. Which actually, it didn't even go in the first. There we go. That's first. Then there's a lock, so your foot just sits there. Second, third, fourth, fifth. There's a lock on fifth too. Fourth, third, second, neutral. First, neutral. All right. Probably not gonna stay like this. Probably not gonna stay like this. I don't know yet. Still gonna have to figure out the angle of these on which they're actually turned in or out. Either way, I think I'm gonna have to turn them in. Not out. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to actually see real world. Like right now, what you're seeing is what I'm seeing. Actually, I'm seeing that. Yeah, I'm seeing that. That's what I'm seeing behind me. Over here. So it's like I'm gonna have to turn them in, but then there's gonna be my arms in the way. I don't know. I got that figured out, but there's no more kink in my catch can. No more kink in my catch can. Yay. I just still don't like how I have to run the trellis on this side. It's a half trellis, but either way, whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, till next time. Till next time. Hopefully I got something figured out with this one. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? Hopefully I got something figured out with this one. Because, yeah, this is my baby. I want my baby back. It's almost been a year of me owning this bike. It's almost been a year. And she looks totally different from when I bought her, but at the same time, she looks totally different because she's in pieces. So I would rather see her put together for the 1 year anniversary, whether it's running or not. Whether it's running or not, I'm gonna have it put back together completely for the 1 year anniversary. Do a couple, I might do a montage, maybe. Might do some before and after pictures, maybe, I don't know. Still working on the headlight. Still gotta figure that out, but for the most part it's figured out. What else is there? Carburetor. I'm about to spend more money modding this carburetor than I spent on the carburetor itself. Yeah, more money modding it than I spent on it. It's gonna be fun. Let me get this out of the way. What else? Yeah, I said the axles. I did the axles today. I got that figured out. It was the clutch. I was working on that. I think that's it, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Hey, listen. Keep buying clones, though. I'm going to tell y'all this. If you like to work on them, keep buying clones. For real. Peace.